The purpose of launching the universal community testing is to identify as early as possible any silent transmitters in society so that we will feel safer to consider the next stage of social distancing measures with a view that Hong Kong's economy and people's livelihood could resume normal as soon as possible. And testing has always been a useful instrument, locally and globally. As far as the universal community testing is concerned, we are not cramming it into a single day. We have allowed ourselves up to 2 weeks to invite members of the community to come forward for the testing. Secondly, we are going to do an online booking system. So preferably, we will not be seeing crowds or long queues in front of the swabbing stations to have the test done. So I really think it's inappropriate or just unreasonable to try to compare electoral elections to the universal community testing. The second point is, why do some people, especially as you described, well-known people, and well-known people in the professional fields have expressed reluctance to join the program or even to ask people not to come forward? I just don't know why. Okay. The testing is globally accepted as a good means to identify early the confirmed cases so that they could be isolated for treatment. And this testing capacity is not taking away from the testing capacity for the other higher priority areas. One is the clinical testing and medical surveillance testing undertaken by the hospital authority and the Department of Health. Secondly is the target group testing conducted by various departments. The testing or the laboratory capacity for these two other more important areas of testing requirements has been preserved. So I'm not diverting that capacity to this, and that's why people will say that you should go back to the more high priority areas. They are entirely different capacities. And the reason why Hong Kong at this moment has a capacity to undertake such a large-scale universal community testing is because of the assistance rendered by the Central People's Government. They are sending us these sort of makeshift laboratories. They are sending us technicians to work in these laboratories to handle a large volume of specimens that need to be tested during that very short period. So as far as the effectiveness or the efficacy of the testing, this is not something new. We all know by now that the COVID-19 test is only valid for a few days or up to 2 weeks maybe. And this is a fact. So it's not something innovative in our situation. But having a test is still useful, as I have demonstrated with the figures, the number of confirmed cases that we managed to discover through various testing programs. Well-known people in society carry a responsibility because they are well-known. So I would make a strong plea that well-known people, especially in the relevant professional areas, should really express their view in a more responsible way. Since this is about public health, let's focus on public health.